Hello everybody, this is MrYourWilly for another video tutorial. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make an assault work in Halo Reach. So obviously you need to be in Forge and you need to be on the game type assault to get this to work, or else you won't be able to place the proper objectives. Now we're going to use the Slayer Fort, which is the map that we've been using for all the other tutorials, and if you set it up properly or set your map up properly and set it to be game type specific true team, those will show up because assault is a team only game. But the neutral points down here, there used to be a initial neutral, but because it's not a free-for-all game, those don't show up. So that's why I set up the game the way I did when I was setting up the Slayer tutorial and the Slayer Part 2 tutorial. View those two. If you haven't seen Part 2, click the radar on the very bottom there and it'll bring you to the part where I set it up to be game type specific true, so it works for all game types. Now what you need is you need a capture plate, just because it looks the best and it's the general of what everybody uses for that, and they're free, so might as well use capture plates instead of something else. And what I always do when I'm setting up an assault map is generally you want to set up the team first and then just set up neutral. If it's only going to be a neutral, then you can go ahead and skip this. And by the way, I hope you guys are enjoying the new index system that I have. I've gotten a lot of positive reviews, so I'm keeping that as the official way I'm going to be doing tutorials and long things like that. I'm going to have an index in the beginning so that you can basically skip right to the most important parts of the tutorial or whatever. Now what you need to do is you need to set up 2 capture plates in each team, and you need to set it up to be that team's color, so red and red, because this is the red team. One of them you need to go down to advance here. Obviously both of them need to be game specific true, that way it doesn't show up in any other game. One of them needs to be as bomb, which stands for assault bomb. The other one needs to be as goal. Now as bomb, this is where the bomb will spawn. Now you might be wondering, well, if I'm setting the bomb here and the goal here, can't the red team just spawn, pick it up and drop it? No, this is the red team's defending spot. So this is where the blue team has to go. And the reason why you do that is so when the blue team's playing, they have to bring their bomb to the red team's goal to blow it up, which will give the blue team the point, and you can set it up in the rules to subtract and all that stuff, depending on how you want to set up your rules. So you always set up the red team's goal and bomb right next to each other or right on top of each other. If you really want to, you can set them up next to each other like I just did so that you can actually look at it, and then just go right on top of each other. So you can do that too if you want. That's really up to you as preference choice. I like setting them next to each other because sometimes I like the bomb to be somewhere else, like in the entrance of their fort, and the goal being inside their fort. So those would be reasons why you'd set them up separately. Now you go ahead and set up the blue team the exact same way. 2 plates. And the reason why you use capture plates is not only does it visually look good because everybody generally uses capture plates, but also the bomb spawns right there in the middle. So it's just really nice, looks good and all that stuff. So set 1 as bomb. Oh, and you got to make sure you set this as blue team as well, and this one as blue team and as goal. There you go. Alright, team is officially finished. Now if you're testing this out and you're wondering why the heck it's not working, like if you start the game you can pick up your bomb but you can't put it in the blue team space, that's because the game is set up so that if you don't have that team there, it won't show up. So like if you have another team over here and you set it to be as goal for the green team, if the green team's not playing, you can't put the bomb here. So if you're gonna test this map up, set up another controller or invite a friend over to join you in a game and set him on the other team. That way you can test if the bomb plates are working properly. But if you set up your team-based games, and that's set up for being one bomb as well as being the multi-bomb game types. Now all you have left is to set up the neutral bomb, which you don't have to do. But if you're making a map that's supposed to work for multiple game types, set this up too. If you remember my oddball map, I had a plate right here. The reason why it's not showing up is because I told it to be game type specific true. That way, when I put this plate on top of it, it's literally going to be like on top of the other plate. But you don't see it because of the fact that, well, that sunk in really nicely. But you won't see it because of the fact that it's game specific true. So it won't screw up and show both of them unless you're in the basic editing, because you see all game types in that. Now, to set up a neutral game, all you need is a bomb plate that says neutral team. And then you set down here as bomb and game specific true. If you're only setting up a neutral game, you don't need to set up the red team bomb, but you do need to set up the red team goal. That's the only requirements for a neutral, is a goal and which has to be team specific. If it's not team specific, it will not work. Your game type will say it's not compatible. But the goal or the bomb plate here doesn't have to be game specific. That one can be free for all, so or neutral. And the reason why you set that up to be neutral is because of the whole fact that both teams can pick up this bomb. Where if you set it up to be team specific for the bomb, only the red team can pick up that bomb. That way, the blue team can't run up here with their bomb, pick up your bomb, and toss it out in the water. It prevents that from happening. Now, hopefully this tutorial helped you. It will, and I hope that the index helped you. I reamped it a little bit. It's a little different than my original index, and I hope you enjoyed it and learned something. If you wish to see any of my other tutorials, click the menu in the upper right hand corner there, and it'll bring you to my interactive menu. You need annotations on, but I keep that menu up to date whenever I post a new tutorial. So even if there's 4 more tutorials that I posted since this one, those will be in that menu. So go ahead and click that, and you can see all my tutorials in there in categories. So this is Gamertag, your Willy, signing off.